What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on SPCE stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might drive the price of this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made a video on this asset. Let's switch to daily time frame and let me show you that I made a video back in late summer of 2021, and I basically caught a lot of its movements, and I also made a prediction that it should go lower. And right after that I've told you that you cannot rely on this asset without major fundamentals. And as you can see, since I made my previous video somewhere in the late August 2021, this asset was in consistent downtrend. And right now it is still forming the lower highs and lower lows, but its movements are quite volatile. From its swing low to swing high, it gained 71% in a matter of just 1.5 months. And definitely, as you can see, this asset, because of its volatility, has quite harsh movements. On top of that, it has a very bearish candle at the top on a daily time frame. And this candle usually shows the trend reversal. And this trend reversal happens exactly as in a textbook, but everything I will show you in just several minutes in my technical analysis. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. So, why I started to make another videos on this asset? Let me show you that it appears on the radars of retail community. As you can see on the most active section of stocktweets.com website, this ticker symbol is on the 4th place. And this shows that a lot of retail investors and a lot of people from retail community are interested in this asset. And definitely because of this, probably it also has this quite high volatility. On top of that, from the fundamental standpoint, if you take a look on these small icons, they are in red. You can see that they missed a lot of their expectations in earnings report. The previous earnings report was disclosed on May the 9th, and they lost an earnings by 9.62% and revenue by 63.14%. As you can see, their reported revenue is less than $400,000. And previous earnings report also not so bullish, and the earnings report before this report also wasn't so bullish. They beaten expectations on revenue by 430%, but the overall numbers are very low, $767,000. And this means that this asset is still burning their cash, and this means in the upcoming months we will still have a dilution of existing shareholders in order to finance their current activity. And let me show you the recent news that was published on CNBC.com, and it was published on May 26th, 25th, basically yesterday. Virgin Galactic completes Unity 25 spaceflight in key final test before commercial service. And the key bullets are following. Virgin Galactic completed its first spaceflight in nearly 2 years on Thursday. Called Unity 25, the mission represents the company's 5th spaceflight to date and is the first since launching founder Sir Richard Branson to the age of space. It's a crucial moment in the history of Virgin Galactic, which has suffered repeated setbacks, several disasters, and years of delay in developing its space flight system. And I have to say that their previous major movement to the upside in terms of their share price was made in the middle of 2021, and the catalyst of this harsh price action was their first flight. So, and since then it has a very harsh decrease in its price. It lost from its all-time high about 93% of its value. And Sir Richard Branson several times sold some of his shares. That was also not so bullish from the fundamental standpoint. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and share this video with the friends and family. So, What should we expect next and how we can benefit from its price action? Let me show you its latest movement in details, and let's switch to hourly time frame, and let me show you this price action. So it is quite difficult to make an assumption what was the price action, what is the breakdown inside this movement to the upside. Probably we have something like this, but I cannot count properly this structure, and let's assume that it is the third wave, fourth and fifth wave. And if it is the case, we have to see the retracement that probably might land in following levels. If I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the swing low to swing high, as you can see, we already hit the golden pocket level, the golden pocket range. It is statistically, it is the most probable range of trend reversal. And right now it is in the middle, in between $3.85 and $3.92. So, and the structure of this movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's quite difficult to make an assumption. Do we have an ABC correction already here? And let me try to count the waves. So if it is the A wave, B and C in the A wave, and this means this is our A wave, we have 3 waves to the upside in our B wave, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably we have to have one more leg to the downside to complete the entire retracement, because according to Elliott wave theory, we have to have 3 or 5 waves inside our A wave, strictly 3 waves inside our B wave, and strictly 5 waves inside our C wave. And the C wave, it is very difficult to make this breakdown, because in terms of the price action from the previous price action, as you can see, this movement to the upside lasts, let me show it to you from this point, it lasts about 27 days, almost 1 month. And right now this retracement is only 2 sessions long. And you cannot retrace the entire movement to the upside with this quite small retracement in terms of the time. And that is why I think we might see the breakout below the golden pocket range. And yes, on the one hand, it is quite strong range of support. As you can see, it is the confluence region of support from these previous bottoms. But in general, I have to say that from this bottom, yes, we are bullish as long as this pivot holds. But on a greater scale, if we switch even to 4 hours time frame, we still have this price action. Let me show you like this. We still have lower highs and lower lows. And as long as this pivot holds, on a greater scale, it is $6.5 mark, and as long as this asset is hovering inside the range in between, let's say, $3.10 and $6.51, we don't have any particular direction of its next major movement, because we have to see the confirmation. And if their fundamentals will be stronger than we have it right now, definitely we might see this spike that will break the $6.5 mark, and this will establish a new, at least on a medium-term perspective for this year, it will establish new higher highs. But otherwise, if it breaks the $3.10 mark, we will still continue to see the downtrend. And this is quite risky. So how you can benefit from this movement? If you don't know what will be the next potential short-term movement, I highly recommend you to stay aside, because even these prices in the greater scale is not the end, in my opinion, because if the dilution continues, we will see the further movement to the downside. Otherwise, if you are a strong trader and if you know the strict rules of risk management, you can try to catch this bounce out of the golden pocket range. And this bounce, let's take a look. Let's assume that we will have the bounce from this level, and we might retest it for the second time. And if you accumulate your position with a tight stop loss, let's say at $3.72, we might see the bounce to the upside that might hit $4.21 or $4.4, which will bring you about, let me show you, about 7 or 13%. With the downside potential of about 3%, this means risk to reward ratio is quite favorable, but the sentiment of the movement is not so bullish. That's why you have to be cautious, and if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.